turn a phrase into a weapon or a drug. You can be the outcast or be the backlash of somebody's lack of love. Or you can nothing's gonna hurt you the way the words do when they settle beneath the skin. Kept on the inside, no sunlight, sometimes a shadow win. I wonder what would happen if you say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave with what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave. I wanna see you, I just wanna see you, just wanna see you, just wanna see you, I just wanna see you, just wanna see you. Everybody's been there, everybody's been stared down by the enemy, falling for the fear and dancing, disappearing, bow down to the mighty. Don't run, just stop holding your tongue. Maybe there's a way out of the cage where you live. Maybe one of these days you will let the light in. Show me how big your brave is. Say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave with what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave. And since your history of silence won't do you any good, did you think you would let your words be anything but empty? Why don't you tell them the truth? Say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave with what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be
Good evening. My name is Anna Faramelli, and I would like to welcome you to our 24th annual Take Back the Night. Our theme for this year's rally is Remembering Our Roots, Growing Our Branches. Tonight, we honor the advancements that the movement has made, and we start to plan our goals for the future. We want to inspire the community to become involved in the movement to end sexual violence. This evening, we come together to offer support to survivors of sexual abuse, and we begin to lay the groundwork for the future of our work to end sexual violence. Looking back at our roots, the Women's Resource Center was established in 1976, serving survivors of sexual and domestic violence in Lackawanna and Susquehanna counties. In 1990, WRC hosted the first Take Back the Night event. A total of about 20 people attended. 4 years later, the Jane Kopus Women's Center at the University of Scranton opened, and we have been collaborating on Take Back the Night events for the last 20 years. Every year, the number of people that take part in Take Back the Night events grows. This year, our participants include community members, local high school students, staff of the Women's Resource Center, and students from the University of Scranton, Marywood University, Penn State University, Lackawanna College, Keystone College, the Commonwealth Medical College, Baptist Bible College, and College Misericordia. Since the first Take Back the Night 24 years ago, we have fought for the rights of survivors of sexual abuse. The grassroots efforts of advocates around the state have resulted in changes in the law. Survivors of childhood sexual abuse now have the opportunity to report the crimes that were committed against them well into adulthood. In Pennsylvania, the statute of limitations was extended to give the Commonwealth until the child victim's 50th birthday to file charges against their perpetrators. Recently, legislation was passed that will allow rape survivors to file protection from abuse orders against their rapists. We have succeeded in making many gains on behalf of survivors, but there is still much more to be done. Growing our branches. According to the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network, every 2 minutes, someone in the United States is sexually assaulted. Out of all of the sexual assaults that occur each year, only 3% of rapists will spend any time in jail. These statistics are unacceptable. We need to hold each other accountable. How do we do that? We need to make our work to end sexual violence something that is a part of our everyday lives. We can provide information on sexual assault to our friends, family, and coworkers. We can disrupt degrading and sexist conversations and let those around us know that we will not be complicit in the oppression of women and children. We need to contact our representatives and let them know that we recognize that sexual assault, domestic violence, dating violence, and stalking are not just women's issues, but our community's responsibilities. And we want to ensure that perpetrators of rape and domestic violence are held accountable for their actions. We have a long road ahead of us, but every time you speak out against sexual violence, every time you disrupt oppressive and degrading language, we move one step closer to our goal of ending sexual violence. Thank you for joining us tonight. Now I would like to introduce Megan Broski from Marywood University to talk to us about the importance of Take Back the Night.
Hi everyone, my name is Megan Broski and I am a social work student at Marywood University. I'm speaking tonight to provide you with a brief history of Take Back the Night. Take Back the Night is a national and international movement working to break the silence that surrounds sexual assault, domestic violence, dating violence, sexual abuse, and all other forms of sexual violence. Take Back the Night marches began in the late 1970s in England. These women-only protests were a response to the violence that women were encountering as they walked the streets at night. These marches and movements became more coordinated and were implemented into the United States as well, with the first Take Back the Night events being held in San Francisco and New York City in 1978. Additional countries have held similar events and marches as well. A Reclaim the Night march was held in Belgium in March 1976. Women marched together holding candles to protest violence against women. Marches have been held in Rome to protest rape statistics, and in Germany to demand that all people have the right to move freely in their communities day and night, without harassment or sexual assault. Take Back the Night also occurs in Canada on the third Friday of every September nationwide. In the United States, Take Back the Night has focused on eliminating sexual violence in all forms against all people. Thousands of colleges, universities, women's centers, and rape crisis centers have sponsored events all over the country. Take Back the Night itself is very close to my heart. As a future social worker, I will be working to correct social injustices on individual and community levels, and it is my mission to be able to make a difference in the awareness and prevention of all forms of sexual violence. Although I personally have not experienced sexual abuse, assault, or violence, someone who I love was once raped. This person is the epitome of strength and kindness, and as is so often said, I truly cannot believe it happened to her. As all forms of violence, sexual and otherwise, can happen to anyone. As is said in one of my favorite songs, take the pain, ignite it. Let us be loud in telling our stories of what has happened to us or the people we love, so that we can bring down the statistics and make this world a safer place. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Megan. That was beautiful. I am proudly, thank you, sorry. I'm proudly to introduce Robert Thomas, who teaches self-defense. Robert? Take it away.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm truly honored to be here tonight. If those of you don't know me, Robert Thomas, Kelsey, thank you so much. Take Back the Night for me has always been about personal stories and a time to share. A time for the courageous to step up and speak out, and for true, open-minded, non-judgmental listening to take place. I'd like to share my story about how I became a self-defense instructor real quick. I have a cousin who was a social worker, and she knew I did traditional martial arts. I was a karate teacher. I have a third-degree black belt in Japanese karate. And she worked at a shelter in the Wilkes-Barre area. And she said, could you come down and show the women some self-defense? And I was like, sure, yeah. I'm a big, tough karate guy. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. And it was the night that changed my life in terms of teaching others. Because when I got there, I started showing traditional karate moves and techniques, and the women, one person kind of raised her hand. She said, my husband, and she went on to describe her abuse, and with that the dam broke and more hands went up. Another woman said, my boyfriend gets out in 2 weeks and he likes to grab me from behind, and she went to describe that abuse. And I was totally naive, totally green, foolish for even being there. I kind of went underground, back to the drawing board, and learned a whole new set of techniques, became certified in an entire new structure and teaching system called Girls on Guard. And I just want to share a little bit about that with you here tonight. And I guess my heart was in the right place, but the technique and the mindset was wrong. Bear with me here. I just want to talk briefly about some of the things we encounter. Over the past few months, individuals in respectable positions have violated the trust of members of our community. Whether it's a local police chief, coach, teacher, pastor, or priest, we have learned the hard way that people even in high-level positions can be predators. They come from all walks of life, social classes, and education levels. As a self-defense teacher and Girls on Guard instructor, the seminars, clinics, and classes I give do not implement just kicks and strikes. They extend well beyond that. We discuss in the classes potential dangers people face in everyday life. This can be awareness techniques or warning signs of unhealthy relationships, for example. The seminars incorporate topics such as stalking, including cyber stalking, and making smarter choices with our everyday lives. We do role plays and use DVDs and visual aids. Just to give you the picture that it is not a karate or kung fu class, this is more of a seminar-based learning. We do this to keep the students knowledgeable about the world around them. Girls on Guard classes give a real-world approach to coping with significant problems. Now, there's a saying in the Zen philosophy, kind of the Zen mindset of the martial arts, that it's a very simple statement, but it's meaningful. The Zen statement says, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. I recognize that these type of classes are not for everyone, and everyone's not ready to take a self-defense class. But I have received, from the positive feedback I received, I know that the students have found these classes rewarding and very positive, and can be empowering for many of the students. They incorporate a versatile approach about being prepared and proactive. I'm not sure who designed this year's logo for Take Back the Night here on the t-shirts and stuff, but it's extremely creative. I really like it. It didn't hit. Who did it? Yeah, woo! Where is she? Very good job. Let me tell you what I thought of it when Justine handed me the shirt, you know, and I was like, I didn't think much of it. So I took the shirt home and immediately as I started preparing my thoughts for tonight's speech, I took a closer look at it, and then I realized it's kind of intended symbolic meaning. The logo is obviously we all know it's a tree. There's about a tree's worth of paper right here. Okay, so we have a single, solid, standing, firm tree, okay? With the slogan, remembering our roots and growing our branches. The branches grow higher towards the sky, while the root system of the tree is spread deep and wide, with a firm, solid foundation. This logo illustrates each person's individuality, yet it shows our connectedness. If we don't have firmly, deeply planted roots, our branches cannot grow. So I've been at about 5 or 6 of these events over the years, and I just want to illustrate real quick how I think every person who's ever been at one of these, even if we've never met, how we all kind of help one another with interconnectedness. So the interconnectedness is related to how we learn from one another and give each other support. Okay, so I taught a class once at Penn State Worthington. Where's Penn State? Anybody from here? Penn State Worthington? All right, I taught a class there once to the female basketball team, some of the cross-country women, some cheerleaders, and the feedback after the class was they had never heard safety tips and personal protection advice given in such a clear, concise way, because we started talking about, you know, partying, started talking about doing stuff that a lot of college kids choose to do, and with the open, honest dialogue, we actually started to grow and learn from one another, and that was very important and a very big part of how I now give talks and classes to when we get together and discuss these things. Just a few weeks ago, I was interviewed on a local TV station for a segment that they aired on WNEP, and they decided to have the filming at Lackawanna College. So we were there, and while there, a representative from the school was kind of overlooking, you know, sitting up in the bleachers watching the segment being prepared, and he's like, well, we need to do this. We need to get you here to try and help our students grow and learn from one another. He expressed to me about some of the problems that they're facing there. So my roots grew deeper every single time at the pre-rally at the University of Scranton. We've done several pre-rally demonstrations with the Jane Copas Women's Center, and there it is. And it's always been extremely rewarding. Justine has given me some great information. She shared with me personal topics about stalking and cyber stalking. She's given me warning signs of unhealthy relationships. All of that gets incorporated into the classes that we teach with Girls on Guard. I don't know if anybody knows, there's a very soft-spoken, meek, humble person named Lea Dougherty. It was at this very event that I met Lea many years ago, and we started doing fundraising together, and we gave several demonstrations. She invited me to bring a bunch of the high school students where I worked to the WRC, and she gave a great tour of the facility and explained why it's needed here in our community. And again, just a further way we grow and develop our root system, intertwining with one another to help and support one another. And then Marywood University, where's Marywood? Got some reps here, all right. I gotta say that when I was invited to be a part of the Green Dot campaign at Marywood, that was an amazing event. I met some amazing students at Marywood who are strong and courageous young individuals, and they helped me grow and understand certain things. The Green Dot campaign, the Social Work Caritas Club, they really went into bystander intervention and how we have to help one another, take a pledge to end things like sexual misconduct and improper humor, use of dialogue that's unacceptable. We have to take a stand and tell people that it's not cool. And then lastly, Keystone College. I see Tanya Morgan. Tanya has been a huge supporter of mine, the rock solid foundation in developing this system, and I can't thank her enough. So I just think we have a benefit Saturday. If anyone's interested, over here at the table we have information about the benefit on Saturday that we're going to be giving in Taylor. It's all the proceeds will benefit the WRC, and we're going to show some self-defense techniques and get you to moving around in the class there on Saturday. So please, if you can, come. Some of my personal students are here, and they're here supporting, and they'll be around to help you with some literature and stuff afterwards if you want to see that. But everyone, again, I want to thank you, each and every one of you, and I think that this is an amazing night where we can come, grow, and help one another develop. Thank you so much. Good night, God bless, and stay safe.
Thank you so much, Robert. Isn't he excellent? Yeah. How's everyone feeling? How's everyone doing? Yeah, that's what's up. Okay. I'm probably gonna introduce Rachel Marley Clark, who's gonna be singing and playing this door. Have a little clap for her.
Hi. You want to come do me a favor?
Hold the mic.
Yeah. I'm Rachel. This is my 7th Take Back the Night, I think. I'm 17, and this year I'm doing something a little bit different. This is actually a song that I wrote about my story, and it's something that I've never really talked about. So this is only the second time I'm ever playing it live, but I don't know. Here we go. I might get you. Yeah, we'll probably go, right? Thank you. Okay. This is this door. You don't hold me close when I'm not everything you'd hoped I'd be, and you don't tell me anything I need to hear to make it through the day. Oh, will you ever change? Will you ever change? But I've lost all hope for rainbows, and I've given up all hope for flowers anytime. All I know is you'll be coming back tomorrow after forgetting me for the night. Sometimes after so long with no care and no spark, the fire starts to fade. But I promise I'm on my way. I promise something new today. I promise I'm on my way right out this door. But this door is shut, oh, it's locked so tight. I gotta break through this lock that's been on my mind, telling me tomorrow you'll wake up and everything will be alright, because things do not just change overnight. And night after night I'm losing myself to the man that I just wish that you would be. And tomorrow I'm gonna leave, and you'll walk in the door and your shit will be gone, and you'll put up a fight and start screaming for more. But you just thought that telling me that no one else would ever want me would make me so afraid to leave. But now I'm telling you that 10,000 years of solitude solitude would be so much better than being beat on by you. So no more girls and no more booze, no more thinking that my friends are better than you. No more late nights, no more long fights, no more crying while you go and live your life. So starting tomorrow, I'm alone and free, and everyone around me will be so happy to see me leave. I'm free, and I'm shutting this door, and I'm free. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel Marley Clark. Can we get one more applause for her?